Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Boink Studios, and check us out on boinkstudios.com, where you can see all of our projects, past, present, and future. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this is Tom Clark's Main Event. We're back once again here on Facebook Live. Glad you are with us. We're also recording today. The show will post on YouTube, as well as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. Subscribe and download today, and please follow the Tom Clark's Main Event Facebook page for more content. Plus, check out our Patreon page for even more cool stuff. This is episode number 179. And yes, we're moving right along here on Facebook Live. I want to thank everyone for joining us here, of course, and for coming back each and every week. Much thanks to Heidi Ryan and the whole crew at Wrestling Rumors for giving us this platform. We do greatly appreciate it. So episode number 178 was Strength in Numbers. We talked about factions in the business, from the Four Horsemen to Dusty Rhodes and his crew, to the NWO, to the Bullet Club, to the Inner Circle, and a whole bunch of others as well. But now we're moving on to a new topic, and guess what? It's on a poll! This time the main event is gimmick matches. And boy howdy, is this going to be fun, yo. Can't wait for this. Hope you love it. Hope you dig it. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to cross-post this thing also to Tom Clark's Main Event. We'll see if this sucker works. So, what's going on out there, folks? How's everybody doing today? Hey to everyone out there in COVID land. That's not funny. It's not meant to be funny. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're happy and you're safe and you're healthy. Hope everyone out there is doing great. My week has been okay. It's been okay. Thanks for asking. It's been all right. I can't complain too much. I could, but what's the point, really? This too shall pass, okay? Everything's going all right in the land of Tom. So, I had a busy morning. The boy got a new bed, and someone had to go pick it up. So me and my father-in-law did that and set that sucker up, and it's pretty nice. And he's been sleeping on a twin bed for all of his life, really. So now he's on a full size, and he's pretty happy about it. So, yeah, had to do some errands this morning. Miss Lopez, what's up? Mark, Brandon, Mark again. Robbie, Brad again. David, what's up, bro? Carlos, what's going on? I'm trying to say my good mornings and my hellos. Belinda, what's up? Rebecca, what's going on? Shane, my New Japan friend, what's up to you, my friend? Good to see you. Tim, what's up, bro? Hope you're doing great, man. Christopher Sims, as always. Man, we've got like the regular cast of characters here, dude. This is like Tom and his amazing friends. Tom Clark and his amazing friends. I got a voice made for 1980s, 1990s cartoons, folks. That's what I am. That's who I am. That's what I do. So, yeah, man, hope you guys are doing great. Hope everyone out there is doing fantastic. Nathan, what's up? I'm going to call you Nate, and when you pick up and you're going to go, what's up? I'm going to go, what's up? I want you to do it. And then I'm going to go, you go, what's up with you? And I'm not much, just chilling. You go, true, and that's it. We're just going to hang up, and that's going to be the whole conversation. Big up to Nate, dog. Nate has a studio in his office. Nate and I are good friends, and haven't seen him in a long time. Hope you're doing great, dude. Miss you, man. And hopefully we get to hang out again one of these days. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff, man. Getting back out in the world, as they say. So, I'm getting all choked up. Hello, Douglas in Alabama. We won't hold that against you. It's a joke. Relax. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you want to touch on some recent topics of the day? We shall do that before we get into today's topic. FTR and AEW. We all knew it was coming. We've been knowing for like a year or better, right? We knew it was going to happen. I'm happy for those guys, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, formerly known as Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson. There you go. So good to see those guys. They look healthy. I like the spot. I can't say I'm in love with it, but it's fine. They don't have to make me happy. It's all good. But I like the introduction. I think they're going to do good business in that company. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah. Thank you, James. This is too big for me. I've gained some weight since the pandemic hit, but starting yesterday, I'm determined to get it off again. And listen, when I put my mind to it, I can drop 20 to 30 pounds in the span of 2 months. I've done it before. I've done it many times before. So it's not an issue for me. I'll get it done. So it's going to be a long road, but just keep watching the show and you'll see me start to slim down. Remember, you heard it here first. Bookmark this episode, folks, because 8 weeks from this point that we're in right now, I fully expect to be much slimmer than what you see today. So, again, I just kind of cheated and crazy, but whatever. It's all good. Okay, folks, let's get to the topic at hand. You guys have been responding extremely well to the concept. The concept, again, that Tom Clark's main event started with 7 years ago, which was a different main event topic each and every episode. So here we are, folks. This time, gimmick matches is the topic. So give them to me. Give me some gimmick matches, man. What is it that floats your boat? What is it you could do without? Give me your favorite. Give me your least favorite. Give me the ones that make you sleep better at night. Give me the ones that let you lose sleep over at the end of the day. That's what I want to hear, man. Give them to me. Shane, there's a couple of people chiming in. Shane says, Teenage Ultimate X match. Dude, dangerous as all get out. I'm glad you brought that up, Shane. There's gimmick matches that are ha-ha funny, like everything on a pole, like WCW used to do, hence the joke at the beginning of the show. Everything's on a pole in that company, right? And at the end of the day, it was their future on a pole, and then no one grabbed it. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, it closed down is what I guess what I'm saying. Yeah, silly gimmick matches, and then there's death-defying gimmick matches, like the Ultimate X. How about the scaffold match in Jim Crockett Promotions? Jeez Louise. Jim Cornette falling off that scaffold, busting up both of his knees. Still has problems from that. Dangerous ladder matches are nothing to sneeze at, dude. You know, we get desensitized as a pro wrestling crowd, I believe, over the years, and I know this to be true. Hence why hardcore wrestling doesn't work in the long term. It works in very short bursts, very, very infrequently. But if you do it full time like ECW did, at the end of the day, 1 bucket of blood's not enough. You need 10 buckets. 1 table's not enough. You need 12. 1 barbed wire bat's not enough. You need 5 or 10. I mean, it's insane, dude. So yeah, we get desensitized to ladder matches, but they are extremely freaking dangerous, man. Once you have no control over where your body's going, dude, that's some dangerous stuff, man. We want these men and women to be healthy and to be able to work for years and enjoy retirement one day. It's some dangerous stuff, man. Toby says old school bull rope match. You know why old school bull? And by the way, Toby, thank you for that, because you know I'm an old school guy, right? I love the bull rope match. Both guys are in full control. You get hurt depending on how bad the other guy hurts you, right? So I'm much better with a stipulation. Russian chain match. It's a real chain, right? It's not like you're not in control of yourself. You totally are, unless the guy just goes into business for himself and you're hurt and can't get up, which I don't know if that's ever happened before. But yeah, those kind of matches I would feel like the guys involved would be happier with versus a ladder that they have no control a lot of times over where they're going. War games. Thank you, Eric, for that. Dangerous, yes. But again, it depends on the guys in the match. Arn Anderson, one of his latest podcasts, talked about how they never let Hawk be the last guy in the War Games match again. They did it one time, never did again, because he came in and cleaned house and killed everybody, because that's what the Road Warriors did. So yeah, the danger level of that match wholly depends upon the guys in the match. Hell in a Cell is kind of the same way. The problem with Hell in a Cell is Hell in a Cell's lost its luster for me. When Shane came off the top twice, I'm over. I'm done. Never should have happened. Foley should have been the only one to come off the top of that cell, and that should have been the end of it. Shane McMahon, who's not a trained professional wrestler, not a full-time trained professional wrestler, comes off the thing twice? Come on, man. I'm over it. I'm so over it. You know what I mean? And we all know that he's not going to let himself get killed, and they're going to take care of him, and they patted the table and all this other hoo-ha. He comes out the next night on Raw barely limping. He shouldn't have even been on TV for a month, dude. Whatever, man. Whatever. That ruined it for me. I got to be honest with you. It just ruined it for me. Thank you, Michael, for that. The stadium fight, the stadium showdown, right? Yeah, dude, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was hokey. It was silly. It was stupid fun. I enjoyed it. I really did. I had no problem with it at all. I know a lot of AEW pundits out there, a lot of AEW critics are not going to like it. It's whatever to me. I don't really care what people say. I'm going to like what I like. You're going to like what you like. It's not going to matter to you what I say, right? So that's how that kind of thing goes. I enjoyed the match for what it was. Just take it for what it is, folks. It's just meant to be fun. I enjoyed it. I had no problem with it, really. That's what spurred the idea of the gimmick matches today, to be quite honest with you. I enjoyed it. Boiler Room Brawl. Good one, Brendan. James, you're my favorite right now, bro. Magnum versus Tully, the I Quit cage match. The I Quit match in a cage is, Remember when cage match, and maybe some of you don't because you're a lot younger than I am, Remember when cage matches used to be reserved for the blow-off of the feud? That was the end? Not anymore. Cage match is the first match of the feud. It's the first match of the show on TV. It lasts 5 minutes. What? The companies themselves are guilty, dude. And I'm not just going to cast aspersions on WWE here. I mean, I'll blame a lot of other companies. A lot of people have been guilty of this. Cage match should be reserved for the end. I'm sorry. It's how I feel. Steel cages match week on NXT. But Carlos, to your point, it did look different, didn't it? It really looked different. I have to see it a couple more times before I'm convinced that I like it, if that makes any sense. I didn't dislike it. Hollywood Brawl, Brennan says. Good throwback. Nate Dogg, the Heat 101 video taught me more about getting heat than I ever got from... You know I'm trying to have fun on this show, dude. Don't mention the guy that's always out to get me for whatever reason. Jeez. The Halloween Havoc match with the electric chair that shocked Abdul the Butcher. Also, what do you think of rumor of Dominic turn on race? Robbie, I don't know, bro. WWE is going to do what WWE does. I mean, we've been expecting Dominic to turn since the day he got on TV. Because WWE always likes to pull the swerve. They can't just run a straight storyline. It's always a swerve, man. Right? Every time you think that, you just expect it, don't you? Every time a guy celebrates another guy, oh, he's going to turn on him. Then it doesn't. You're like, I'm shocked. Because that's what that company conditions you to believe. Yeah, the Halloween Havoc match with the electric chair was crazy. Crazy. Wally says some of the CZW match was horrifying. I agree with you. That's why I don't tune into CZW full time. I've seen a couple of their matches. That's all I need to see. I'm not, for lack of a better term, no pun intended, blood and guts guy. I love the old blood and guts and Jim Crockett promotions. But why? Because it was a storytelling device. It was part of the story itself. It had nothing to do with shock and awe. If that's how you took it, that's how you took it, but it wasn't intended as that. These days, blood and guts is shock and awe, just like it was in ECW, man. Blindfold match with Jake the Snake and Rick the Mall, very entertaining. I agree with you. It was silly, stupid, but it was entertaining. Shane mentions ECW barbed wire matches. What's up, Dave? How's it going? Goldust versus Piper on the back of the truck. Absolutely, Michael. Great callback, man. Keith says bull rope matches. Loser gets their head shaved. Oh, loser. Yeah, hair versus hair match. Great stuff. Jimmy Valiant. Boogie Woogie. Boogie Woogie Man. Right? He and Paul Jones got into the hair versus hair feud for like 5 straight years or something. Remember Pistol Pez Watley became Shaska Watley, turned on Boogie? We all knew he probably would. Who else? Manny Fernandez turned on Boogie. You get the hottest baby face in the company, and you just have all his friends turn on him. It's the same thing they did with Hogan and WWF at the time. Everybody turned on him because they want the title. In NWA, they turned on him because it was about getting Boogie over and creating a new opponent for Boogie to work. You know what I mean? A viable opponent that was dangerous to him and threatening to him, which is what it turned out to be. Buried Alive matches and casket matches. Douglas, nice. James says Boneyard match, a new concept, but absolutely worth mentioning. House of Horror. Miss Lopez, did you enjoy that? I can't say that I loved it too much. I got what they were going for, but the maggots on the mat with the big, the LED thing, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a little too much for me. It's WrestleMania. It's Showtime. I understand. If I'm being honest, it wasn't. I just didn't. I didn't pop for that too awful much. It was different. If I'm being honest, WWE is responsible for some great freaking TLC. Has anyone mentioned TLC? The latter part of it, the table part, you have a little bit more control, right? Depending on how far you're going through the table. Remember when who was the French Canadian tag team? They put La Resistance, put Spike Dudley. Go YouTube that, baby. La Resistance putting Spike Dudley through a table over the top rope. I would have thought Spike was dead or paralyzed at the very least. That was some dangerous, dangerous stuff. They weren't paying attention. They didn't do it right. Lucky they didn't kill the guy. You know what I mean? Keith says, street fights, last man standing. Nothing beats a battle royale. Clay going old school with the battle royale. Battle royal is hard to call, if I'm being honest with you. Hard to call in terms of being a commentator. I know because I've tried to do it. It's hard to do. Hard to call, but hard to watch at times. There's a lot going on. Guys tend to get into a battle royal and just take the night off because you got to wait. Other guys are working their spots up, so everybody kind of waits to let them run their spots. Then they take a turn, and it's all good. I'm not hating on it. It is classic old school match for sure. Tim, I agree. The Boneyard match was fun. Taker looked great, dude. That's what he should be doing. Taker, dude, in another life, Undertaker would have been a great action movie star. Just imagine that whole scene happening in a movie where he's fighting outside of a bar. In another life, I suppose. Had he retired 15 years ago, pursued a job in acting, I think it could have probably been something huge. It's never too late, I don't suppose, right? Anything could happen. Taker's a very, in his older years, Taker's become a very Clint Eastwood kind of character to me. In fact, can I be honest with you real quick? We won't get too far gone on this. The Last Ride, the Last Ride. Yeah. I've been watching it. I hate it. Not because I have this great big sentimental soft spot in my heart for Undertaker and don't want to see him look human. It's not really that. It's because, in my humble estimation, I believe WWE has taken that one character that they protected for so many years and they're destroying him. They just destroyed him. But it's what WWE does. You can't, listen, I've said this before on multiple occasions. When WWE does something, if you hate it, let it roll off your back. If you can. It's hard, I know. But listen, losing sleep over it and wishing they hadn't done it and ranting online and hating on it and throwing hate to the company and cursing and debating in chat rooms and going, well, this is what I would have done if it had been me. I hate that stuff, dude. If you can, just let it go. It's who they are. They can't help themselves to ruin it for their own company. They ruin it. They've ruined it for Taker. And I know he's okay with it. And, dude, much respect to Taker. But in my opinion, in one guy's opinion, they've ruined that character. And they did it intentionally. I just don't understand that. Rebecca says, loser wears a turkey costume. Toby said, nothing will ever be just a good old NWA cage match. Brother, I couldn't agree with you more. Justin says, it used to be Hell in a Cell until they played it out. Yep, you're right. Turn it to a pay-per-view, absolutely. I will say Sasha and Charlotte killed it, though. And the Usos and New Day killed it. Remember that one? That was a fun one, too. The Ring of Fire. Ooh. I fell into a burning ring of fire. This musical moment brought to you by Tom Clark's Main Event. Very dangerous, by the way. Crazy dangerous match. Anything with Bruiser Brody and Abdul the Butcher. Basically, any match they ever had was a gimmick match because a foreign object came out and blood spewed everywhere, right? Punjabi prison match. Pat says, one of the hardest matches I've ever been forced to watch. Really, really hard match to watch. Tim says the NXT cage. Yeah, it was different for sure. I still haven't decided if I like it or not. Carlos says very live match. Can be very safe. You're very protected. It's not what it looks like. I'm good with that. Plus, I love the aesthetic of it. Loser Leaves Town matches. Old school. Go Shane. Go Shane. Awesome. Loser Leaves Town. Great way to explain a guy leaving a territory, going to another company, or getting injured or whatever. Or a gimmick change. You know, you go. What's the old saying? You go away for a while, you learn a new hold, you come back. First blood match. Yeah, Victor, what's up? Yeah, we said that already, for sure. Did we say first blood? Maybe we didn't. We're talking about Tully and Magnum in the I Quit match. First blood match, which can be played out at any given time, and you can throw some tweaks in there and twists and turns. By the way, I went to Wikipedia just for the heck of it to look up gimmick matches. You have any idea how long they are? How many there are? Flag matches, Falls Count Anywhere, empty arena matches, which is something that's become the norm now. Trading places matches, reduced clothing matches, brawn panty matches, lingerie matches, tuxedo matches, evening gown matches. How much time you got? We could be here all day for the next 2 weeks. Crazy. Any Vince McMahon match. Good call, Michael. Career versus career. Good point. Yeah, for sure. Worst boogeyman impression ever. Oh, I see. Oh my God, Chuck's watching. If I say anything, what I just said will be misconstrued. Hi, Chuck. How are you? Or Ivan, whatever you're calling yourself these days. So, yeah. Bunkhouse Battle Royal. Andy, doing great, man. Thanks for coming back to watch. Scaffold matches. Yes, ma'am, Jessica. We did totally, or Gabriel, whichever one you are. Yeah, totally mentioned that, but good job. Melissa Lopez with the flag match. Magnum TA versus Nikita Koloff, Wally. It's Koloff, not Volkov. Yeah, Magnum and Nikita versus Best of 7 series. Great. And later on it was Eddie and Chris, right? Best of 7. And it was also, it was Booker and Chris, but in WCW, right? Yeah. Good stuff, man. Best of, I'm not going to say problem. It's not a problem. It's only a problem if it gets to be a problem, right? Here's an issue with the Best of 7 series, if I can throw this to you. The issue of the best of 7, man, you need both people. You need both guys to really be getting over on their way to it. You need, and I know this helps get them there, but man, the attention really needs to be, the focus needs to be on them. They need to have a lot of promos, a lot of looks at it. And then, in my opinion, you run the risk of it oversaturating the product, in my humble estimation. Maybe I'm wrong. And when it's for something other than a major title, like, I don't know if I'd do a best of 7 for a cruiserweight title, right? But Intercontinental title, a United States title, sure, right? Tag team title best of 7 would be an interesting deal, wouldn't it? Right? Like NBA playoff kind of thing. That'd be interesting. Iron Man match. Good call, James. Brandon, absolutely. Taker could have been a heavy. He could have been a heavy in Roadhouse. Absolutely. In there with Funk. Wasn't Funk in Roadhouse? Dumpster match. Foley and Funk versus New Age Outlaws. That was definitely, yeah, and that was the real deal too, man. They really did go over the side in that dumpster, dude. Brett and Sean Iron Man match. Good call. Hardy Compound. Ultimate Deletion. James. Awesome, bro. I love it. Mower of Lords, Chair of Wheels, wonderful. That was great. I'm sorry. I popped for that like crazy. Taker's one of Hogan's old movies. Yeah, he did. You're right. I forgot about that. Yep. TNA's Lethal Lockdown match for sure. Asylum match. Yes, ma'am. What's up, Shannon? Yep. Scaffold matches. We've hit on those. The beer truck with Stone Cold. It wasn't exactly a match, but no, I get you. That's a gimmick for sure. You did say beat truck Belinda, which conjures up a whole other angle, which would have been hilarious. He's just like with a beat, like a cannon, firing beats at people. that put your eye out for sure. It's good stuff. Lions Den match with Owen. Mask versus Mask. Good call, Shane. What about the rumor that I have heard that John Moxley... Douglas, bro. Come on, Doug. Dougie Fresh. Come on, Dougie Fresh. Moxley's happy. He's AEW World Champion. Let him be happy. He doesn't need WWE, and they made it clear they don't need him. So, in front of the match, Kane versus Taker. Good one, Miss Lopez. I'm trying to catch up. You guys know that, right? NXT Cage match was the Lions Den match 2.0. I agree with that. I did mention bra and panties, but I'm not about that, Toby. Can I be honest with you? I've told this story multiple times, not only here on the show, but on HVW podcast as well. By the way, I also host the official High Velocity Wrestling podcast. If you've not liked our page, it's High Velocity Wrestling, baby. What are you waiting for? Go do it. Go do it. Don't do it right now. Do it later. It's all over my stuff, man. Go check it out, for real. So, yeah, the podcast and everything. During the Attitude Era, I was there watching the shows. I was the guy flipping between Raw and Nitro every Monday night. Me and a big group of my buddies, we watched every Monday. We always hung out. We made a Nitro/Raw party. And I swear to God, every time the bra and panties matches started happening on Raw, we turned the channel. I didn't care about it. I just didn't care. I wasn't there to see porn, dude. I was there to see the wrestling. You got the internet for porn. You don't need pro wrestling for that. You know what I mean? It's not what I wanted it for. I wanted it for the pro wrestling. And we had a room full of red-blooded American men, right? We were all straight that I know of at the time, right? We didn't care. The minute it happens, like, oh, all right, she's hot. Turn the channel. You know what I mean? That was just our viewpoint, dude. We were pro wrestling fans first. Andy, I respect your opinion about Taker. Shark cage match, yes, sir. Justin was there in Pittsburgh when Taker threw Mankind off. Oh, man, Justin, what a memory. You'll never forget that, I'm sure. Any of the women matches that put in graves, it's nasty. Yes, Rebecca, I agree. I didn't care about it either. I promise you I didn't. It never bothered me. It bothered me. It never mattered to me. You know what I mean? I didn't care about it. Brawl Frawl, terrible, John. Terrible. Horrible, for sure. Ravens Clockwork Orange match. Good callback, Shane. Man, Shane always brings the obscure references, but I love it. Yeah, Tyson probably did help Sal with AEW with the ratings, yeah. Elimination Chamber, good call. Great call. Don't know if anybody's worked that in or mentioned that today. Yep. Someone, Brendan, has in fact already mentioned Jake and Martel. What's up, Chris? Hey, everybody out there, give Chris Featherstone your time and attention. He hosts Pancakes and Power Slams. Chris, you're the man, brother. I appreciate you, man. You're a good friend to me. You've been a mentor to me for a while. You've been a good confidant. Dude, you're the man, bro. I appreciate you, brother. You keep doing you, man. Listen, don't let anybody tell you any different, bro. You do you and have fun doing it, man, for sure. And you guys, if you don't watch Pancakes and Power Slams, you're missing out for sure. Please tell me I'm not buffering right now. Sheamus Cesaro was a drag, but teaming together at the end created some equity from it. For sure. No doubt about it. WCW tier cage match on top of a cage for sure. Folks, we're having streaming issues again, guys. Hopefully you guys can still see me, but I don't know. Tell me if you can see me. I don't know if you can or not. Sal says, I don't like gimmick matches. Well, brother, you're not enjoying this show, are you? Pillman versus Goldust. Loser wears a dress. Yeah, no doubt about it. Can you guys see me right now? Can anybody see me? Let me know if you can, dude, because I think I've disappeared. Please tell me I've not disappeared, man. Hopefully I've not. Folks, if you're just listening to this show and you're not watching live, this is one of the pitfalls of going live, is that we have streaming issues. Dude, I can't. Yeah. Folks, I got to be honest with you. If this doesn't clear up, I'm going to have to discontinue going live on Wrestling Rumors. I'm going to have to figure something else out because this is not working for me anymore. Don't know if you guys can hear me, if you can even see me right now. I have no idea. If you can see me, please let me know, folks. Can any of you out there see me or hear me right now? If you please can let me know. Oh, man, what a drag. What a drag this is, bro. I'm not kidding. What a drag. So, what else we got, man? We got boxing matches. Never works in pro wrestling. I don't think I've ever seen it work to my satisfaction anyway. No count out, no DQ match. Barbed wire match for sure. We talked about Loser Leaves Town. The Kiss My Whatever match. Terrible idea, but it happened all the time, man. Let's see what else. I think we've lost the feed here, folks. My apologies on this. So, yeah, what are you going to do? But, yeah, man, lots of cool matches, lots of good stuff. Yeah, dude, lots of good stuff to talk about, too, man. And, the problem with gimmick matches is if they're overdone, it's too much and you can't take it. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. But if it's done in moderation, like anything else in this business, in any other sport, to be honest with you, if it's done in moderation, then it's all good. But that's the key, is getting it done in moderation, man. Whether or not, and again, that's up to the company doing it in moderation. But let's see what other kind of matches we got here. Let's take a look. Street Fight, Bull Room Brawl. We did mention that. How about the Belfast Brawl? Wasn't that Sheamus? Was that Sheamus or was that Finlay? Maybe it was both. Straight Jacket match. How about that one? Strap match. We did mention Indian strap match, didn't we? Tables match. Tape fists. That's a good one. Tully and Dusty, I think, was a tape fist match, right? Wasn't it? Ron Garvin was a tape fist match. Ron Garvin had the hands of stone. So, yeah. If you're just watching us, we went live at 12 o'clock today. We had some technical difficulties. I was throwing out props to Chris Featherstone. Chris, I don't know if you're still watching, bro, but hope you're doing great, man. Chris is one of the better dudes on here, okay? Online, period. So if you get a chance, follow Chris. Watch his show, Pancakes and Power Slams. Chris is a top-notch human being. Trust me when I tell you that. Good guy, good dude. I appreciate you, Chris. So, yeah, man, what else you got? What other ideas you got for gimmick matches? That is Cactus shirt, absolutely. Yes, sir. Hello in Houston, Texas. Jason, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. Royal Rumble is Victor's favorite. Yeah, for sure. Ray says, love the loser leaves town. Christopher with the Monsters Ball. Good call, man. I like that one. That's Abyss all the way. Let's see. Is that what they called the cage match at NXT last or Wednesday night? Was the Fight Pit? Is that the NXT Fight Pit match? I believe it was. The Chamber of Extreme match. Doomsday cage match. I don't even know what some of these are in reference to. The Electrified cage match. Ridiculous idea. Terrible. Just terrible. Let's see. Thunder Cage. Sounds like a 1980s action show. Welcome to the Thunder Cage. War Games, for sure. Lethal Lockdown, we mentioned that. The Asylum match. Chamber of Horrors. That was Raven, wasn't it? Was that Chamber of Horrors was Raven? What about an ambulance match? How about that? Ambulance match is a good one. Casket match with Undertaker, right? There were 5 matches, Ryan. We did mention those. Tapai Death Match. Adam, is that how you pronounce it? Coal Miner Glove Match. Yeah, that's a different one. It's a different one. Jericho versus Saturn. Loser wears dress, and then Saturn wore dress every match. Yeah, because he lost his mind, right? Isn't that crazy? Punjabi Prison, Alex. We're all trying to forget that, and unfortunately, we've all been reminded of it today, for sure. Terrible match. Horrible, horrible. But yeah, that's the problem with doing these shows, man, is that sometimes we talk about stuff that, guess what, we just don't want to talk about, right? So yeah, that's par for the course, man. It comes to the territory when you do a pro wrestling podcast, man. It's that you can stay away from topics you want to stay away from if you want to, but then you're not talking about everything. You're like choosing to edit history, and I don't want to do that. If I can, some stuff I don't want to talk about. If I'm being honest with you, some stuff I'll refuse to talk about. But if it's something as hokey or silly as a gimmick match, I'll talk about it, even if I hated it, man. Guitar on a pole match, Eric says. A WCW, baby. Everything on a pole match. Contract on a pole. Kendo stick on a pole. Pole on a pole. Jericho on a pole match. Steel chair on a pole match. Pole on a pole would be good. Alma, I hope you're doing well out there. Let's see. Douglas says 3-tier cage match WCW. Yep. For sure. NXT War Games are the best. Yeah. I love the old school War Games matches myself, but I appreciate the NXT War Games matches. They're crazy exciting, man. Blindfold match doesn't work and never works for obvious reasons. Obviously, he can't see. I can't see. Sure, whatever. Alex, what's up? We just talked about the Stadium Stampede. I keep wanting to call it Stadium Showdown, right? I enjoyed it. It was fun. I took it for what it was, man. It was silly pro wrestling. How about the Money in the Bank ladder match with we had to climb the towers of WWE? What'd they call that? I forget what they called it. Money in the Bank. I was okay with it. I can't say I loved it. I can't say I hated it. I was okay with it. Baron Corbin throwing people off on a secondary roof. Okay. Whatever. But it is what it is, man. It was for dramatic effect. You were led to believe they was thrown off the top of the building. I get it. Then to go back and tell you that Rey Mysterio is, in fact, not dead. Neither is Aleister Black. It is what it is. WWE, man, they do some hokey, crazy stuff. But, for anybody hating on the Stadium Stampede match, dude, WWE's done a lot worse. I can't say I loved every second of it, but I did enjoy the match, if I'm being honest. It was entertaining, in my opinion. For sure. Monster Truck match. Hogan versus Big Show in WCW. Wow. There's a huge callback. Big Boss Man versus the Mountie. Loser goes to jail. Yep. That's a good one. Climb the corporate headquarters. I didn't like it. They could have done a lot better. Yeah. I mean, honestly. Junkyard match. Shannon, good call. Isn't this fun? It's like reminiscing, right? You get to call back and throw back to different times in the business when you were a fan and before you were born. Trying to think of something. I don't want to cheat and look stuff up. We've been looking stuff up, so I don't, we want to be sure we mention everything possible. Let's see. Hasn't there been like a 4-count match before a 5-count match where you had to pin the guy for 5 seconds? Bundy used to do, King Kong Bundy used to do that all the time. Big E took it in NXT, I believe, where you pin the guy for 5 seconds just to show your superiority that you really did have him beat to that point. No DQ match, we mentioned that. Falls Count Anywhere. Let's see. You could say tag team matches, triple threat tag team matches, 4 corners tag team matches, mild gimmick matches, forms of gimmick matches, right? Elimination Chamber is a huge one. Can be a very, very dangerous match. It's hard on the body till they put the padding on the floor surrounding the cage, surrounding the ring. That thing was crazy. It's still dangerous, right? But now it's much safer than it was before, which is really good. Last Rites, Sting versus Abyss. Miss Lopez, excellent call. Bull of the Woods match. Paul Jones, if that is indeed your real name. I met Paul Jones at a show or two back in the day. Great guy. Great guy. Bull of the Woods, baby. It's my obligatory Dusty Rhodes impression. Yeah, bull rope match with a cowbell for sure. Snuka doing a memorable leap from the cage. She set the stand. Yeah, I can't say it. Well, it's a gimmick move. How about that? TLC. Yes, we did mention TLC. God, there's so many, and different companies have different gimmick matches. I mean, many companies try to make gimmick matches work for themselves, and work to fit the narrative of the company itself and everything, and they want it to be exclusive to their particular pro wrestling brand and that kind of thing. So yeah, it depends on what company you're talking about, how much money they want to invest in it, how much time and attention and promo work and spotlight they want to put on it. But yeah. All that's really depending on the company itself, how much they wanted to really get that thing over, right? But yeah, again, the War Games match was specifically Jim Crockett Promotions. Scaffold match was a Memphis thing until it went to Jim Crockett Promotions, became the not NWO, but the Road Warriors versus Midnight Express, then became, I think the Rock and Roll Express had a scaffold match, a few scaffold matches here and there. Folks, we have lost the live feed again. If you're just listening to this match, then you don't know that. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. We're going to continue on here unabated. We're going to continue on doing our thing. We're about ready to take this show home. Anyway, this has been kind of a frustrating broadcast for yours truly. This kind of thing happens all the time. Crazy frustrating. But like I said, folks, it is what it is. Guys, I've got people messaging me right now, and again, if you don't watch the show live, then you're missing out on all the technical difficulties. Good for you, because it sucks. But anyway, folks, this might be an abbreviated episode. We've not covered everything on the gimmick match front, but anyway, we did get quite a bit of time in here, and there's going to be a lot more gimmick matches to come, man. As long as pro wrestling is a thing, there's going to be gimmick matches. They think it's good for ratings. They believe that it's good for to add a little bit of spice to a feud or to a rivalry, to a huge storyline, to a championship match, what have you. I mean, gimmick matches are probably never going to go away. It's always going to be a reality of this business. So if you're a fan, you've either enjoyed them or you've put up with them, or maybe a combination of both over the years. Well, guess what? It's not over yet. It's going to continue for as long as you're a fan of this sport that we love. So it is part of the deal. It's part of the landscape of professional wrestling. Some companies do it a lot more than others, WWE obviously, because you see a lot more WWE content. They've got a lot more platforms on which to display and broadcast their content, obviously. So they can do more. But AEW is coming along. A second AEW program is in the works. We don't know what that entails. I'd like to see a second live show, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. That'd be fun, I believe. But then you get into a matter of how many ratings can that show get? Will it build the ratings for the other show? I don't know how that would work, man. For one, I've talked about this before many times in the past, folks. I am all for any pro wrestling company trying to become a success in this business. I don't hate on AEW. I don't hate on Impact Wrestling. I can't watch Impact. It's hard to watch. It doesn't mean I wish them ill will, because I most certainly don't. I want to see Impact succeed. They've been around for a long time. I want to see them be around for a long time to come, because it's good for the business. It's really good for the business. And it's good because it gives men and women in this sport another place to work. That includes not only pro wrestlers, but managers, valets, cameramen, technicians behind the scenes, sound, design, editing, TV crews, what have you. It gives all these men and women a job, and that's a good thing. It's more, and of course, for the men and women in the ring, inside the squared circle, it's another place for these guys and gals to work. That's a good thing. It's a great thing. So I applaud them for staying in business and for making a go of it and continuing to go. I applaud the NWA for continuing to grow. Billy Corgan is doing a good job at that company, in my humble estimation. I think they're doing fine. They're growing at their own rate, their own pace. It is what it is. But, yeah, man, and I hope that it goes well for them. I hope that they continue to grow and that things go great for them in the future. I want to see the NWA grow. I want to see them get bigger and better. I want to see them continue to do what they're doing and do better at it and have more content and go far beyond the YouTube show. And I want to see them continue to grow in the future. I like to see them with a national TV deal. We'll see if it happens or not, folks. We'll just see if it goes on. But it'd be cool to see, man. They've got some great resources at their disposal. They got some good minds behind the scenes. I think they got a good locker room, and I think that they're on the right path. I'd like to see them continue to grow. The New Japan, dude. I mean, I'd like to see New Japan continue to be the global force that they're trying to be. Their expansion in the United States, which has been all but killed by the COVID situation, hopefully get back on track. We've been hearing stories the past couple of days of how the top brass of New Japan have taken pay cuts and to ensure that they don't have to fire any of the talent. I say kudos to them for that. They're a publicly traded company, so everybody that was saying that WB they had to make talent cuts, no, they didn't. They didn't absolutely did not have to make talent cuts. Hear that plane? That's Vince's people coming to take me out right now because I'm speaking ill of the company. I'm just kidding. Yeah, man. So no, they didn't have to do that. As we said, TNA still rolling on. NWA growing. Ring of Honor, which is still signing contracts. Flip Gordon still just signed another multi-year contract. And I want to see Ring of Honor continue. I want to see them get back to where they were in terms of fan excitement, in terms of public, high-profile matches, in terms of overall presence in the business, but also I want to see them grow. Dude, I'm a pro wrestling fan, in case you can't tell. I want to see this sport grow to bigger heights than we've ever seen, and I want to see them get bigger and better than ever, each and every day. That's my hope for this sport, because I don't want to see it go anywhere anytime soon, dude. I want to see them continue to do what they're doing, and I want to see them get bigger and better. And WWE, look, as much grief as I give that company, dude, I don't want to see WWE go anywhere. I don't want to see them go down the tubes. I wish their product was better on any given day. I get tired of the same old stuff all the time. You know what I mean? They continue to rehash the same tired things, the same tired ideas, and it does frustrate the crap out of me. But you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. You can't really do much about it, man. They are who they are. And as long as Vince McMahon is in the director's chair and he's calling the shots, then you have to put up with this. I mean, well, you don't have to. You don't have to watch, I don't suppose. But if you're going to continue to watch, if you're going to continue to be a fan, then guess what? You're going to have to put up with this. That's just the nature of it, dude. That's just what you have to do. So it is what it is, my friends. That's how it goes. That's the nature of the beast. As I said, we want to support all the companies out there. Tom Clark's Main Event is about supporting all pro wrestling. Now, I'll put it to you this way. I will amend that statement by saying this right here. And you could take this or leave it and apply this however you want to. I don't really care. I want good pro wrestling to survive. Now, what does that mean? That's a subjective opinion, right? That's all in how you look at it, correct? But in my opinion, there's a good way and a right way to do this and a wrong way to do this, folks. And I just believe the wrong way has happened way too many times in the past. And again, it's a subjective thing. It's all in your opinion. It's all in what you believe and how you feel and all that good stuff. And it is what it is, man. But I just want to see it continue. And like I said, I want to see it get bigger and better, and I want to see it improve, and I want to see it evolve, and I want pro wrestling to be around for my grandkids, for my great-great-grandkids, man, because it's an escape. It's fun. The history of the business is so rich in history. Men and women who've dedicated their entire lives to this sport. Dude, I'm here for it. I'll be honest with you, man. I've lost touch with a lot of the business over the past several months for various different reasons in terms of how I feel about it, but I'm trying to rekindle, respark, light the fire again, as they say, right? That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm continuing to do the main event. Despite the technical difficulties, I'm going to press on, okay? Because that's what I want to do. This show's been going for 7 years. I have no desire to stop it now, dude. I just don't, man. I want to continue to have fun because this has been fun for me, and hopefully it's fun for you. Listen, folks, before we take this thing home, I do want to thank everyone out there for listening. I want to thank everyone out there for being here for me. I want to thank everyone out there for continuing to support the show as they always do. I do appreciate the love. You guys follow me, subscribe, and download, and you give me words of support and encouragement. You watch the show, and you listen to the podcast, and you give me great advice, and you give me things you want to watch and hear and all this stuff. And dude, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate all you guys hanging in there with us and making it happen. Before we get out of here, I want to encourage you all to please go follow High Velocity Wrestling. We're on Facebook, we're on the Twitter, we're on the Instagram. We're going to get back to running live events, hopefully sooner rather than later. I want to encourage you to follow Tom Clark's Main Event on Facebook. I have a Patreon page. We're going to do live watch-alongs here on Facebook. I would very much enjoy that, and I'd love it if you guys were a part of that for sure. So please go check that out as well. Thanks much for always being here for us, folks. Thanks for listening. We're going to get out of here. Hopefully we'll be back next week. I've got to get, the technical issues of this thing is going to have to be fixed before I can go live again. Otherwise, this is just going to be a show I record and then just put on Facebook that's not a live feed. So we'll see what happens. Folks, this is all I got for you. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for checking us out. We'll see you next time on Tom Clark's Main Event.